News 46 is brought to you by...
At Healthcare Partners Medical Group, our mission is to provide the highest quality of healthcare to each and every patient. With 5 locations in Pahrump, we are local doctors you know and trust. We want to thank you for choosing us. Quality care starts here.
Pahrump Nugget, Progressive Cash Drawings, Mystery Point Multipliers, Mystery Gift Days, Extra Cash for 4 of a kinds, Bingo, Bowling, Football, and Food Specials. Looking for constant action? Look no further. Pahrump Nugget Hotel and Casino.
News 46 is brought to you by Healthcare Partners. News 46 is also brought to you by the Bankruptcy Center of Pahrump. When it comes to sensitive matters like bankruptcy, take a breath of fresh air by calling an experienced and compassionate attorney at the Bankruptcy Center of Pahrump. 775-727-4747. News is also brought to you by Pahrump Dermatology and Skin Cancer. When you need the best dermatology care in Pahrump, call Pahrump Dermatology and Skin Cancer. 775-727-9800. News is also brought to you by the St. Therese Mission, a future venue for cultural and environmental events near Pahrump. Get involved. Visit us at sttheresemission.com or call 702-507-4172.
Tonight on News 46, authorities are attempting to apprehend an arsonist.
2 movies tie at the Oscars, but who took Best Film?
And the Republican women hold a Lincoln Day dinner. News 46 starts now.
You're watching KPVM News 46 with Rick Vale and Rhonda Van Winkle. Local coverage from Deanna O'Donnell. News 46. Local coverage you can count on.
Good evening. It's Monday, February 27th, 2012. I'm Rick Vale.
And I'm Deanna O'Donnell for News 46. Saturday night, our news team was on scene at a structure fire on Emery Street. While filming, camera person Darbie O'Donnell was the first to discover another structure had burst into flames just a half block away.
Yeah, Saturday night was a very busy night for Pahrump Valley Fire Rescue and the Sheriff's Office. We were investigating a number of fires that occurred within a relatively short period of time. It all began with the report of a structure fire around 5:30 p.m. with smoke showing. Upon arrival, there actually wasn't anything showing from the exterior of the building. The crews had to investigate further. Once they determined that there actually was a smoke condition within the structure, they found a security, had a forced entry, found a room and content fire, which was easily controlled, checked for extension. With no further extension, it was pretty much a mop-up operation. A vehicle fire subsequently went out down a little bit further west off Highway 372 near Leslie. That was found to be probably less than accidental in nature. Crews went out there, suppressed the fire without incident. There were no immediate structural exposures and there were no injuries. Followed then by a report of a second structure fire or a third fire. Upon arrival, crews found a moderate to heavy smoke condition emanating from a former garage used for mechanical repairs on autos. They forced entry in that building and they found a rubbish fire within. As they were engaging in that suppression effort, there was then a fourth fire, which was another structure, same road, further down the street. Upon arrival, we found heavy fire conditions on the outside of the building that were extending into the interior. A couple small outbuilding exposures. Crews went in, got the fire knocked down real quick, no further extension.
Do we think that these ones, at least the last 2, possibly were lit?
Well, we're investigating all of them equally. And while it appears at least 3 of them are suspect in nature, we're working with the State Fire Marshal's Office. And they actually had sent down an additional resource from Carson City to assist as a result of the number of fires that had occurred. Well into the investigation, and we'll keep you posted on what happens with that.
Suspects?
Part of the investigation at this point, but we will, again, keep everyone apprised as to how the developments as they unfold.
The last 2 were abandoned buildings, vacant.
Yes, that is correct. One was the first fire was an occupied structure. A vehicle fire was just that, and then, of course, the 2 last buildings were unoccupied vacant structures.
The first one, formerly Ghetto Mart, the fire was in the wall. Valley Electric was called out on that. That one appears to be accidental?
Yeah, that's not out of the ordinary to have Valley Electric come out. They secure the power, make sure our firefighters are safe. The 2 vacant structures, we knew the power was already secured at a previous date earlier to the fire. And so, again, we knew that was going to be a safer operation from an electrical hazard standpoint.
You'll let us know if we have any suspects or any thing that maybe the public needs to look out for. And is there any advice that you have for people perhaps lingering around buildings? What should people look out for?
If anyone sees, and this is an ongoing issue, no matter if it's related to these fires or not, but anyone sees anything out of the ordinary, make sure they call the sheriff's office, report it. If anyone's playing with fire, if there's any indications of smoke in the area, call and ask for the fire department's response.
Do you think that this will be the end of this, or this person is still out there?
It's hard to tell at this point, but that's all part of the investigation. We're considering all aspects.
State Fire Marshal is still investigating these fires, and of course, Nye County Sheriff's deputies are looking for potential suspects. If you have any information regarding these fires, you're urged to call the Nye County Sheriff's Office at 751-7000. This is Daniel O'Donnell for News 46.
Well, a Nye County Sheriff's detective vehicle was involved in a non-injury accident Friday afternoon at Pahrump Valley Boulevard and Highway 372.
Tonight's accident report is brought to you by Stovall & Associates. Don't expect insurance companies to have your best interest in mind. Stovall & Associates cares. Let us help you if you have been involved in an accident.
A 2-vehicle accident late Friday afternoon luckily resulted in no injuries. The accident occurred at Highway 372 and Pahrump Valley Boulevard, involving one white sedan and Detective Michael Eisenloffel from the Nye County Sheriff's Office vehicle. Nye County Sheriffs arrived on scene along with Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue to check out occupants of the accident, as well as Nevada Highway Patrol, who came in to conduct an independent investigation involving an officer's vehicle. The vehicle sustained minor and moderate damage. All occupants were uninjured in this accident. This is Deanna O'Donnell on Highway 372 and Pahrump Valley Boulevard for News 46. And a teenager described as a bullied outcast at his suburban Cleveland high school opened fire in the cafeteria this morning, killing one student and wounding 4 others before being caught a short distance away. The shooter has been identified as T.J. Lane. The student who was fatally wounded was identified as Daniel Parmentor. His parents released a statement. "We are shocked by this senseless tragedy. Danny was a bright young boy who had a bright future ahead of him. The family is torn by this loss."
And who took Best Picture of the Year at the 84th Academy Awards last night? Zach Fuentes gives us the Oscar rundown.
"84 years ago, a ceremony that lasted only 15 minutes became an iconic part of film history. Admission for the ceremony cost only $5 for the 270 people that attended. The ceremony wasn't broadcast live or even taped because, after all, it was just a little get-together for those in the film industry to be awarded. Now let's fast forward from the first Academy Awards ceremony in 1929 to the 84th Academy Awards ceremony in 2012. The ceremony that was not even broadcast in its first year is now shown in over 100 countries, which just goes to show how universal the art of cinema has become. This year's Oscar ceremony was hosted by Billy Crystal, serving his 9th time in the position. After 2011 producing some great films such as The Help, The Descendants, and The Artist, we could definitely tell that this was going to be a tough contest. We of course can't forget the talent in front of and behind the cameras who are responsible for these films, so without further ado, Best Supporting Actor went to Christopher Plummer for his part in the film Beginners. Plummer, who is 82 years of age, is the oldest recipient to win in that category. Octavia Spencer, who played Minnie in The Help, won for Best Supporting Actress, and interestingly enough, one of the women she was up against was her co-star from The Help, Jessica Chastain. The Academy Award for Directing went to Michael Hazanavicius, who directed The Artist, and Best Animated Feature Film went to Rango, and the Oscar for Visual Effects went to Hugo, who was the big winner of the night, earning a total of 5 awards. Best Original Song went to Man or Muppet, which was written and produced by Brett McKenzie for the film The Muppets. And now for the biggest 3 awards of the night. Best Actor in a Leading Role went to France native Jean Dujardin for The Artist, and Best Actress in a Leading Role went to the legendary Meryl Streep for her portrayal of Margaret Thatcher in The Iron Lady, making this her 3rd Academy Award. The Oscar for Best Motion Picture went to The Artist. The Artist, in a way, takes us back full swing from the 84th Academy Awards to the first one, as it is the first largely silent film to win the award for Best Picture since 1929's Wings. With so many of the great films and talents that came out of 2011, we hopefully will have a lot to look forward to for this year. I'm Zach Fuentes for News 46.
Thank you very much, Zach. Folks, coming up after the break, we'll have your news across Nevada.
And a Las Vegas casino parking garage catches fire.
We'll have all this and more after the break, so please keep it here.
News 46 is brought to you by Affiliated Chiropractic and Affiliated Physical Therapy. Come in for your free consultation. Call 775-727-8900. Our goal is to create the individual treatment plan that will restore your health and end pain.
Welcome back to News 46, and now here is your news across Nevada.
I'm Deanna O'Donnell, and this is your news across Nevada. A nationwide campaign aimed at identifying and stopping underage sex trafficking is landing in Nevada. The Coalition of Nevada Trucking Industry and the state's truck stop owners are teaming up with Truckers Against Trafficking to put a stop to trafficking, specifically on highways and truck stops. The campaign helps educate truck drivers on identifying the signs of sex trafficking and to properly notify the authorities when suspected trafficking happens. Truckers are the eyes and ears of our highways and truck stops, so we're asking truckers to notify the authorities when they see signs of these activities. The NTA said it's distributing informational DVDs to member truck companies to train and orient truck drivers. Wallet-sized cards on recognizing trafficking will also be handed out. According to the Federal Department of Justice, human trafficking is estimated to be the second most lucrative crime in the world, with a yearly revenue of $32 billion. According to a new report by the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, just 1 year's worth of new child abuse cases cost the U.S. $124 billion over the course of the victim's lifetime. The CDC's National Center for Injury Prevention and Control found that the lifetime cost for each child surviving physical, sexual, and or psychological abuse and neglect is $210,000. The price was comparable to the lifetime cost for people suffering from high-profile health conditions such as a stroke, which cost about $160,000, or type 2 diabetes, which is between $181,000 and $253,000. More than 500,000 children per year are reported to authorities as possible abuse or neglect victims. During one typical year profiled by researchers, 579,000 child maltreatment cases were reported in 2008, with 1,740 children dying from abuse or neglect. Controversy surrounds Nevada Assemblyman and longtime rancher Pete Goicoechea due to his sponsorship of Assembly Bill 329. The bill would redefine wildlife purposes of access to water to mean any free-living creature that walks, slithers, flies over, or crawls on Nevada soil, except for wild horses and burros. Advocates believe that the bill could zero out America's wild horses and burros in Nevada, where most of them currently live. Wild horse preservation group Protect Mustangs questions Assemblyman Goicoechea's motives in sponsoring this bill, given that he has received $674,591 through federal contract funds between 2000 and 2009 for wild horse burro control services. If you're looking to get a jump on your child's college education at a good price, your time is running out. 2012 open enrollment for Nevada prepaid tuition program ends on February 28th. The program gives you the opportunity to lock in future college tuition at today's prices. There are a variety of ways to participate. Parents can pay a lump sum, spread the payments out over 5 years with 60 equal payments, or pay each month. Additionally, the program is transferable to out-of-state private and public colleges and universities. A gift option for other family members and friends is also available. For registration and more information, you can call 1-888-477-2667. I'm Deanna O'Donnell, and that's your news across Nevada. The Republican women held their Lincoln Day dinner on Friday night, at Mountain Falls.
Well, it looks like we have a really good turnout. This is our 33rd annual Pahrump Valley Republican Women Lincoln Day Dinner. We do this every year. We invite all the candidates, the dignitaries, and we celebrate the party, the Republican Party.
So we're going to have all the candidates get up and do like a 2 or 3 minute little speech?
Yeah, we're right now having the candidates sign in. When we get a count on the candidates, we'll kind of figure out how many minutes they have to speak, and obviously the more candidates we have, the shorter they'll have.
So I know that we have Danny Tarkanian here. We have everybody from commissioners to town board to Justice of the Peace to district court judge.
District Court Judge. We have the Assembly candidates, and I don't know, I haven't seen, we have a Senate District open as well this go around, so we invited the Senate candidate for the state as well.
And so this is a great success. Are we going to be having any other candidates nights coming up?
We will be having a candidates night. We have our White House social, and we invite all the candidates to have a booth, and that will we don't let them sit down. They have to stand up and they have to mix and mingle with the people, and it gives everybody a really good chance to get to know them better. Tonight they kind of get the introduction, and then we'll have a more in-depth candidates night coming up.
Do you know when that's going to be held?
I believe that's in May.
We caught up with former Nye County Sheriff's deputy, who is now a candidate for Justice of the Peace, Travis Huggins.
Well, I have over 20 years of law enforcement experience, a lot of that with the Nye County Sheriff's Office. I've worked in every major community here in Nye County. I've got over 10 years experience as a supervisor of patrol and a variety of different specialty detective units. And I was the president of the Nye County Law Enforcement Association for almost a decade, which is just involved in representing people, representing the rights of law enforcement officers here locally in Nye County.
What prompted you to want to run for this position?
Well, I've had a lot of experience as far as law enforcement, being involved with the other Justice of the Peace as I was going through my career, like Bill Sullivan up in Beatty and down here with Judge Brisbille and the other judges around here. It's always been interesting to me. I've always had a passion for protecting people's rights, and so it's just kind of a natural flow for me after my career in law enforcement.
What are you hearing from the community about your campaign?
I'm very happy. It's been very positive. People are coming out and supporting me. Matter of fact, just this week I did receive the endorsement from the Nye County Law Enforcement Association. I'm very happy with that.
Wonderful. Are you going to be having any upcoming meet and greets?
Yes, here in the next month, coming up in March, we're going to start scheduling some meet and greets. So if you check out my Facebook page or the website that's linked to it, you'll be able to get some information on that.
How can people do that? How can people get in touch with you about your campaign?
I have all that information on the Facebook page, which is just under my name, Travis Huggins for Justice of the Peace, and all the information is posted up there. It's updated every day.
And we caught up with candidate Danny Tarkanian, who gives us an update on his campaign for Congress.
Doing well. It's our second one here in Pahrump. You guys know how to throw them.
Definitely. Thanks for coming out to it, too, as well. Tell me, how's your campaign going now?
It's going really well. We opened up an office in Clark County. We had over 70 new volunteers sign up. We're making over 1,000 phone calls a day. And we just have a location here in Pahrump that we're going to open up an office at Sunflower Fashions. And we're going to have a grand opening, and hopefully we'll get a good turnout there. Maybe we'll beat the record in Clark County.
So I know that we're here at this event and kind of doing a little meet and greet. You're going to get up and speak tonight at all?
Yeah, they're going to have the candidates speak for 2 or 3 minutes. It gets to be a little bit old after a while because you go to all the different Lincoln Day dinners around the state and you hear the same speeches, and pretty soon each candidate can recite the other candidate's speech.
It's exciting about the office here, though. Do you have a predicted date on the opening of that?
No, we just met with the lady today, and the location's perfect, and she's going to give us a room that we can operate out of, and I'm very excited about it. We'll probably do it in the next 2 or 3 weeks.
And, well, of course, you'll keep us posted on that. If people want to volunteer or help out with your campaign, how can they do that?
Yeah, they just go to our website. It's my first and last name.com. Tough part to spell on my last name, but DannyTarkanian.com, and there's a sign-up sheet right there.
The Clark County Fire Department was called for a report of a car fire inside the Aria parking garage this morning. The Aria parking garage is 11 stories tall. The first arriving engine company reported smoke coming from the mid-level of the parking garage. Upon investigation, crews located a 1991 Toyota 4Runner burning on the 6th floor of the parking garage. Aria employees had applied multiple dry chemical extinguishers to the burning SUV. The owner of the vehicle was located and the cause was determined to be mechanical and accidental in nature. There were vehicles on both sides of the burning SUV, but they were not damaged by the fire.
And so the weather's been amazing.
It has. It's been really nice,
Really
but I've been saying this for a long time. We skipped winter, I think, this year is what I think ultimately happened.
Really, we didn't have a very harsh winter, and I know that it's kind of teasing the plants. They're thinking that spring's here, and so I'm thinking about already going and
my yard's already starting to get brush again, so I know the plants are believing the spring's on.
But I can't wait to plant.
Well, we're going to check in with Zach after the break and see if it's going to be time for that anytime soon.
News 46 Weather is brought to you by Healthcare Partners Medical Group, with 5 locations in Pahrump. Local doctors and professional staff providing total care from infancy to seniors. News 46 Weather is also brought to you by your local dairy farmers. Dairy products are very important in maintaining a healthy body. For more information, you can visit their website at nevadadairycouncil.org. News 46 Weather is also brought to you by Humana.
And welcome back to News 46. I'm Zach Fuentes here with your weather. We're in Monday and we leave our sunny skies that we had this weekend behind us into some cloudy skies today. It was very gray out there. Our high was 57 degrees and our winds were coming out of the south-southwest at 14 miles per hour. Our winds were at 26 miles per hour, so it was kind of windy out there. And our pressure was at 29.66. The UV index went down to 3 from our 5 moderate. And our humidity was at 33%. Sunrise was at 6:17 a.m. and our record for today was set back in 1986 at 83 degrees. Tonight we're going to have cloudy skies and even a 30% chance of rain, so we'll keep an eye on that. Our low is going to be 32 degrees and our winds are going to come out of the southwest at 8 miles per hour. Gusts are going to remain relatively the same at 24 miles per hour, and our humidity is going to be at 54%. Tonight's sunset will be at 5:37 p.m., and our record was 19 degrees back in 1971. Tomorrow we're going to have sunny skies once again. Our high is going to be about the same at 57 degrees, and our low will be at 33 degrees. Winds to come out of the south-southwest at 6 miles per hour, and our gusts at 11. So it won't be as windy, but still we'll have a breeze. UV index is going to go back to 5 moderate, our norm, and our sunrise will be at 6:16 a.m. As far as our humidity, that's going to be 32%. And now taking a look at our kind of boring 7-day forecast. Sunny skies across the board. Wednesday we're going to have winds with gusts at up to 22 miles per hour. And our temperatures are going to be going up and down on a roller coaster ride. Our highest high is going to be 71 on Monday, but we're also going to be in the 50s for our highs too, so it's definitely up and down. Lowest low is going to be tomorrow night at 33 degrees. And today's worst weather is in Kingman, Maine, where they had snow. Back to you.
And thank you so much, Zach. The Nevada Rural Counties Retired and Senior Volunteer Program, or RSVP, is extending an invitation to all members of our community to attend a special session outlining their free services designed to give the assistance needed to keep seniors in their homes for as long as possible. The meeting will be at the Nye Communities Coalition facility at 1020 East Wilson Road from 12:30 to 4 p.m., and I believe that is on March 1st.
All right, folks. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of News 46. I'm Rick Vale.
And I'm Deanna O'Donnell.
And from everyone up here on the Hill at KPVM, we wish you a safe evening, and we'll see you here again tomorrow night. Until then, good night, Pahrump.